Hello, good evening. Oh, good evening. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxford, back in the show with Rangers winning 2-0 up at Perth. It's All Bear and Juicy Bear. Afternoon, All Bear.
Afternoon, mate. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, you're a technical wizard. How we doing, Juicy?
Reporting in. Good victory. At last.
Yeah, good victory. Questions and answers, positive, negatives. Look, listen, my first thoughts must go to Danilo. Scores a great goal, and it doesn't look good for him, All Bear.
No, it's a shame. It's a shame, innit? It's you still hear me, aye?
Just keep talking.
I hear noises. No,
That's in your head. But carry on.
Aye, it was a good goal. It's a shame for the boy. I hope it's not as bad as it looks. Know what I mean? I hope it's just nothing serious, but it looked a sore one, didn't it? It really did look a sore one.
Aye, when they showed him getting off a part, they're reporting a suspected compound fracture, Juicy. So best of luck to him, and we hope it's as trivial as it can be if you get such a thing, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so hoping, and wish all the best for him. He could potentially be out for a long time, but that's got to be the least of his worries now. When you have an injury like that, you've just got to rest up, listen to what the doctors say, and hopefully one day he'll be able to play football again.
Yeah. Fox is saying he can play with the key on. Trust him. Trust him. But we'll see what it takes. We wish the ball the best. And that was the highlight of the start of the game. We were defending a corner all but we broke. Lammers played the ball to Tav, an excellent cross. The boy done everything right, scored the goal, and you thought, oh, great finish, son. And then obviously the aftermath when he had the injury.
Aye, mate, it's just our luck, innit? It's just the way it works out for us. He scores a good goal. Next thing he's no stretchered off, but walks off with a suspected fracture. But it was a good goal. It was a nice ball for Tav for a change, rather than one of them blasting it all the time. Nice chip out of the defenders, boys running into it. I thought the idiot had done it. It was a bit over-aggressive, you know what I mean? But there you go, innit? It's just the way it is up here. But it was a good goal, definitely a good goal.
And we huffed in the first half and we had opportunities to make more chances. Maybe Seema could have scored or maybe squared at the roof. I thought our play was a bit slow, Juicy. I thought the middle four of Golson, Davis, Raskin and Lundstrom slowed the play down. But it's difficult when they're getting the whole team behind the ball, yeah?
And that's what you've got to remember. And, they're slowing it down because they're looking for opportunities to try and break the line. This is what you see in so many Rangers away games. Sometimes we dominate the ball a bit more. We have done in the past. We create more chances and score more goals. 2-0 did not flatter us, though. We restricted them to chances. We had the tightest offside. Decisions go against us. And we managed to get the second goal. And I think Lawrence, for me, was a standout. We've got to see more of him, though, Ox. He needs more game time. And as I said at the start of the first show, he's going to get that now with Cantwell being out. So that was really pleasing to see. Hopefully he'll only get better and he'll be pushing for a starting place on Thursday for sure.
I thought he showed his class in the last 20 minutes with his first touch and his passing and awareness. I didn't think he was great in the first half, if I'm being honest, Albert, because I thought we were lopsided. We missed him by playing him down the right-hand side.
Aye, definitely, mate. Him and Lammers weren't in the game in the first half, mate. They really weren't. Lammers wasn't in the game, period. But Lawrence come on to the game. You can see that the boy's he's got his offers, is not. I mean, that last 20 minutes. As far as I'm concerned, we can't look the new. That's no Lammers' position. That's Lawrence's position. Definitely, you see it. He's a better player, a far better player. Vision, control, aggression. Definitely a better player, mate.
Aye, and he will get better. He will get better, Juicy, because he's obviously coming back for a long-term injury, yeah?
Oh, and that's what he's had to wait for, is that opportunity to get a chance. And sometimes, unfortunately, guys, you have to wait for a player to be on the shelf somewhere else in the team for you to get that chance. And if he does well here, there's no reason why he can't play alongside Cantwell and Raskin in some kind of formation. We know how good he is. He's just got to show it again because it's been a while since he's had that opportunity to play.
If I'm being critical of the second half, I thought the midfield were on top of the centre halves, and then so when the ball broke into midfield, they had the ball, and there was a 10-minute period, but they were huffing and puffing, and obviously that guy dived trying to get a penalty kick. How we never get booked for that's another story. Once VAR checks it, and then we grew into the game. Raskin, I don't think, was in it, and then he exploded. He read the play like he does, come and won the ball, go to Tom Lawrence, and Tom Lawrence played that inside to Matondo, and I don't know if Matondo could have done that last season the way he was playing, but he's done it again. Good goal, Alder. Good goal.
Oh, it was an excellent goal. The pass for Lawrence to him and him putting it away with the way he did. That's what we've been screaming out for. That's what we think. That's what we thought we were buying with all the different players we've got at the moment. That's what we're talking about. That's clinical. Put it away. Just finish it. There's nothing to stop you finishing that shot. And we had many shots, no, in this game and other games that we get in that same situation, we can't put it away. But that shows you what happens when you put the ball in the net in it. The game's done now. You just go, right, this game's finished now. It's a matter of how many now. But it was a quality goal, definitely. We man put it away well, really well.
Aye, we got the goal chopped off before that, Juicy, and I think you're right, harshly. I thought VAR was to clear obvious errors. I don't know again. I'd need to see that. I only seen it once. I know me and Fox were discussing straight lines before we came on. But I thought Seema showed a lot of glimpses today to show that he can grow into the jersey. Juicy?
Yeah, I was having a conversation with my dad about him, actually. We're still not totally sure, but he has shown bits and pieces. I think the father might be being a bit harsh on him. He has shown moments. I think maybe that's all we can say about a lot of the forward line, though. It's getting that sustained run, isn't it? And unfortunately for Danilo, he's now going to be out. So again, he gets a goal, he gets injured. We haven't seen that run from a player yet in the forward line. So you just want someone to get going now and sustain a position in the team. And, Seema could be that guy.
Just domestically with Danilo, he started 2 league games and scored 2 goals. I know it's
not a bad return. It's not a bad return. You think about it. It's a shame. I mean, it's really a shame. I feel sorry for the boy. Really, really sorry for the boy. But the boy Seamers is centre forward, mate. Why we waste more time putting him in the wings? He's centre forward. You can see it. Oh, the boy's a centre forward. Play him through the middle. Play him through the middle before we play Dessers through the middle. I know he's on an on-loan player, but I don't care. You don't want to play him because he's no really. That's nonsense, mate. Play people that are playing well and going to win you the league. I don't care if they're on loan. I don't care if it's boys. I don't care who it is. Just get them in the team and let's win these games. And that boy's a centre forward. Absolutely centre. You see what happened when he went out the wing later on? He started slipping and sliding all over the shot. And I don't understand what that is. There's too many Rangers players there that slip and slide. What is this? Is it the wrong boots? I don't know. But it just seems that we're the only players that seem to slip and slide all over the shot. But Seamers is a centre forward. I don't know what you think, but I think he's a centre forward.
I think you may be right, because he can go left and right then. He can go left and right.
And he's got pace.
Aye, yeah. Well, listen, I'm not saying he was outstanding, because I don't think we had anybody outstanding through the 90 minutes. Glimpses for a lot of players, Glimpses. I thought Lawrence grew into the game for the last quarter. Up to that, was he great? No, I don't think he was. But you could understand it, Juicy.
No, of course not. And, the way we've been chopping and changing, it's really hard. It's really hard to assess these guys. It's with the Europa League coming now, some of these guys are going to be used heavily for the Europa. Some of them are going to be used for the league. Ridvan obviously is not in, so he'll be used for the league and domestic stuff only. But you've got to give the manager some credit here. He rested everyone who was in international setup, played a team that he said had been training together for 2 weeks. This is a moment where you've got to tip your hat off. It was the right decision. Barisic can now be utilised for Thursday, because we're certainly going to need him in a game like that.
Right, we get these phone lines opened.
Absolutely, mate.
All right, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, there was a stat, and it's funny how stats can shock you. They mentioned that's the 18th time that Ben Davis and Connor Goldson have played together, and we've never lost domestically.
There you go. There you go, eh?
Yeah.
Strange, eh? Strange.
Mental. I need to check the wins. I need to check the wins because obviously that's not a lot again. Good if you've drawn 17 of them. Just is it? But I need to check that out.
Good point.
You know. But aye. But we'll have a look at that before next week. But it shows you. I didn't think anybody was great, particularly in the first half. You know, and the start of the second half. But we grew into the game. I like this bringing pace on, but what I will say, and I'll go to you with this, Albert, I said it a few years ago when we introduced the 5 substitutes. It means that people who are pulling and hauling, kicking and pulling, can refresh the pullers and haulers and the kickers, because you can actually get a dozen yellow cards and 5 of them will be sitting in the stand and they'll not get a chance of getting booked. And you see that today. I don't think I've ever seen a game of football with so many jerseys hold.
It's a professional foul, mate. I agree with the substitute thing that you're talking about. I totally agree with that. But it's still a professional foul. It's crept back into our game. And you get these idiot pundits that are telling you, see, that's a good one. You need to do that. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's killing the game. They don't understand. They're talking to a professional point of view. We're talking to a supporter and a fan's point of view. Somebody's wanting to watch an entertaining game of football. Every time you go, as Fox says, every time you break away, they pull you down. Every single time. You're saying that's not right. It's professional foul. I remember for a while back here, a few years ago, they started to clamp down on it really heavy and stamp it out. Now it's crept back in. Now it's allowed. Take one for the team. That's good. That's what they're doing. That's a good foul. That's a bad. We've even said it ourselves at times. It's not that we should be. They should be getting severely. There should be another card, one up for a yellow. No, I mean,
an orange card, and then you go in
it's got to be something, mate. You've got to stamp this out. You've got to stamp this out because it's just getting more and more and more. It was the defenders getting themselves back into a corner and then just falling down and getting a foul for it, getting them out of the situation they got themselves into in the first place. That's the same thing, no? I mean, it's killing the game. The attacking teams are doing everything to play the game right, and they're getting slaughtered with professional fouls. The defenders just throwing themselves at the ground and getting fouls. It's nonsense, mate. It's killing the game. It's killing as a spectacle, put it that way. From a professional point of view, they would tell you, we're playing for money. That could be bonus money there. So that foul got us our bonus money today. But it's no good to watch. But as you said, that was a lot today. That was a lot today. Just every time you move, somebody's getting pulled. Ridiculous, mate.
And that's what happens when somebody's been booked. You can take them off. You can take 4 off after an hour. It's been booked, juicy. You know what I mean?
But it's what you expect in these kind of games. I'm afraid it doesn't make it right, but it's just a typical SPFL Rangers away game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was a typical away game. Once again, they wonder how they're in financial trouble. We've got thousands can't get tickets, clamouring, people moaning because they've not got enough miles, and then you turn up and the stand facing the cameras off empty. Would that be fair?
I think it was Mellenhof empty, mate. It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
55% empty then, you use that?
I'll give you that, mate. I'll give you that.
Okay. Listen, you're always looking for something to do during the week. Get that up. Get that still and count it, Albert.
I will.
Cheers,
It'll be all counted for next week, mate.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. What I'm saying is, you get my point. £30 a go, there's another 30,000 people could have been in there, yeah? Better
Absolutely.
atmosphere, better spectacle, more money. Simple.
That's just the stand we can see, really, mate. I'm not really. The one to the left was all the Rangers fans. The one to the right, I'm not quite sure. I think there was empty seats in there as well. But Hey, this is the way they want to play it, mate. This is the way they want to run the game, and I bet the guy up that sitting in that stand, or chairman sitting there going like that. Look, we're greeting over £1.5 million in debt, and look at the grunt. That's all money going out the door there, and he should be held. He should be held accountable for it. Definitely.
Oh, Old School Blues saying he reckons 2/3 empty. So there you go. So there you go. So if it's 1,000 people, mate, whatever it
Here we
odds.
go. I don't know, get my calculator. I know what's coming. I know what's coming next.
We'll be joined by Blue Star. Afternoon, Blue Star.
Afternoon, Ox. Oldberry, Juicy. I think these are being incredibly kind, guys. I will say it. It's like the immortal words for me. It's 3 points and it's a win. But oh my, that was turgid to watch that. If that's us even playing anything like after having 2 weeks off, I cringe. I call it as I see it. For me, Ox, I will say this, for me, undoubtedly the best player in their whole team was Kemar Roof. I thought the guy was absolutely outstanding, considering he was playing in midfield, he was playing in defence, he was playing outside left, and he was playing outside right. I think the guy done everything but get a goal today. He played better in midfield than any midfielder. I can't get my head around it. I don't know what half the players, what instructions they're getting. I'm saying it. They're all over the place. The midfield was drastic. Now remember the team that we're playing against. That's what you've got to take into consideration here. They created nothing up front, and it's just as well. Because any organised team out there today, I'm telling you, I'll say it, we were beat 100%. I just don't see the positives that yous are coming away with. I don't, guys. Lammers first half put one body tab for him to cross. Yes, brilliant goal. Feel sorry for Danilo. Out with that, Lammers was anonymous.
Well, Star, I've got to be honest with you. What have we said that we were good today? Have any of us three said that?
No, well, yous are coming away with, well, Lawrence done this and he done wee bits here and wee bits there. As a team, we were terrible.
What did I say? What's it what we said? Be fair to what we said. I said Lawrence was non-existent and grew into the game in the last 20 minutes with his touches. He did.
Yeah, that's right, because I think their team also tired. Well, fair dues. Their team also tired the last 20 minutes.
Aye, of course they did. So Lawrence played some nice first-time touches. Who said Lawrence was good?
Well, when he got space, yeah. But I mean, for our midfield, Ox, for the whole of the first half, especially when we went a goal up, everybody in their granny, you're expecting them to push forward, and then we do this carry on where we start passing the ball sideways, and the amount of times it's gone back to that back line for our midfielders, I counted 14 touches for Lundstrom in the first half, where he didn't even attempt to turn his back to look forward. The ball just automatically comes off his foot and he pushes it backwards. They must be instructed to play that way. Why?
What else did we say? It was slow, and the middle four are Lundstrom, Raskin, Davis, and Connor Golson couldn't find a pass and were slow and turgid. I don't know. You must listen to a different channel when you listen to us. On you go.
Well, look, see if he's getting them 2 weeks there and he's got them in training, and they must be working on moves, obviously. What is it they're actually doing when they're supposed to be pushing the ball forward? Because I'm not seeing it at all. If you take away Tav running up that wing in the first half, there was nothing going forward. This is the fundamentals of the basic game, is what we're talking about. The simple things they're not doing, and they're not getting better at them. So what is it they're working on? Somebody wants to ask our manager, how are your players not pushing that ball forward, especially when you go a goal up? You get a goal up and you score a second and the game's killed. We can't seem to do it, and we're not getting better at it. So I don't see where we're going forward.
The two midfielders, Raskin and Danilo, and Raskin and Lundstrom. Particularly the start of the second half, we're playing next to the two centre halves, and for 15 minutes we were puffing. We said that, Blue Star. On you go, Juicy.
Okay, so with Lawrence, Blue Star, boys just coming back. I'm really hopeful. I don't want to sound like I'm getting too excited about it, because it wasn't what I'd call a scintillating performance. This is just a typical Rangers away game where we've controlled it in parts. St Johnstone weren't threatening, though. Let's be completely honest about that. And I think from one point you are correct with Blue Star. There's a lot tougher places to go than St Johnstone. And we definitely need to up our game, Ox, for those future away games, because we will get found out otherwise. But the opposition was what it was today. And we did enough to get past it. We're going to be playing Thursday, Sunday for the foreseeable. They've got to improve because the level of opponent's going to improve. I'm pleased with Lawrence today because he needs more game time, and I want him to be in that midfield in the longer term along with Raskin and Cantwell. Lammers, I'm still not sure if he's that good. Don't disagree with that. But there's going to be plenty of these games this season where we've just got to get the points and run. There'll be plenty of opportunity for sexier performances.
Sexy. It definitely wasn't a sexy performance.
It wasn't a sexy performance.
I'll give you that one. It was the sexy. There's no width in my team of no wingers. We played at times there when Danilo went off. We've got Seema and Roof up front who are both centre forwards, and one's playing wide, so you lost the effectiveness. There's a lot of questions. Albert?
Oh, there's more questions than answers. I mean, we go to victory, that's all we go. And 2 good goals, did score 2 good goals. And Lawrence, for the last 20 minutes, was good. You go, you admit, he was good. The defence, you take it for the back forward. Keeper never much today, done what he had today, flapped at one of your corner, but that was it. He's efficient, he done what he had today. Back four, okay. Dodgy at times, but okay. Midfield, had wee spells that were fine. We were asking if a spell where he was actually quite good, and then fuzz out the game too much for me, in and out of the game. Lundstrom's just not got the brains to play in that position, mate. I'm sorry, but he hasn't. He's not quick enough, and then he does these silly wee passes. He usually does it with Tav, between him and Tav when they're too close together. The dairy wee tippy tat, and usually get themselves into trouble. So the midfield for me. And I've said it in a few games, and I've seen it in a few games. We don't fill the park, if you know what I mean. Like we played PSV, and they looked like 20 players against our 5. We just never looked to ever filling the park, never looked ever close to the play. And went through a spell in the second half when St Johnstone were over the top. It was at one point St Johnstone was on attack, and they had 7 players in our box. 7. I look at that and say to myself, if we get a hold of the ball and they've got 7 players in there, we score for here. Because they're only at 4.
We did, and the boy pulled them back.
Aye, exactly. Aye, Lawrence get pulled back. Aye, you're right. Professional fouls again. But at the end of the day, you see the glaring weaknesses in my team. It's there to be seen. Everybody sees it. It's but you've got to try and pick some. We did the right thing. We've got to praise it, Blue Star. When we do the right thing, we slaughter them anyway. You know what I mean? We're going to slaughter them. but when they do something good, we've got to say they've done something good. You can't just say everything's crap. And, in general, as a team, we're not playing as a team. In general, we're a strong team. No, we're not. Are we going to get stronger? Well, that's anybody's guess, isn't it, mate? I couldn't work it out.
I've still got problems with the shape, even when we had all the ball in the first half.
Yeah.
When you're pushing your 2 fullbacks up, and what they done was they had that boy Kane, and I can't remember who else it was, and they were keeping. We were going back all the time inside the base. We're keeping the ball all right. That was Raskin, Lundstrom, Davis, and Connor Ghost. So that was 2 on 4. So that means there's 8 on 6. So there's not a lot of space, and that's the problem. So my criticism would be at times we don't move the ball quick enough, and we do, it goes astray. And what summed it up, as I said earlier on, poster, when Tav tried to make the cross peel pass me outside his boot and put it straight out of the park, and also the passing, Ben Davis, who was steady in the game, steady without doing a lot. He put Butland when he dived for trying to get a penalty kick. He was short with a back pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, the worrying thing for me and the annoying thing for me is you seen it, and I will praise Lawrence for the goal. When you seen him looking up, and he had the tenacity and the brains to push the ball inside the player that was running up a long way, Matondo. Other players, if you watch the two moves directly before that, can't mind who it was. I think Raskin was one of the times. He pushes the ball straight to Matondo's feet. Now, I remember even last season when you were talking about Matondo, if you're going to play him in certain games, you must put the ball into space to let him run onto it. And that's exactly what Lawrence did. He pushed the ball on the inside of the guy, and it meant Matondo then was running in his outside to run inside onto the ball, and he took it on in one movement. So that was class, absolutely. But for me, the midfield, there's no pace in any of them. Everything's so slow in a build-up. The amount of times, in fact, I don't know, I can't mind who it was on the telly. He turned around and he says, Rangers have got the ball in the break here. And as soon as it went out to their own left-hand side, he stopped with the ball, he passed the ball backwards. You play that in a European-style game, and you get absolutely slaughtered for it. They've got to get quicker. And my point being, Ox, and it's not a case of being negative, it's exactly what we're watching. Why are they not getting quicker in any way, shape or form? Because they're not. The passing of the ball is so slow, it's scary. Why is that so slow? Why is the build-up so slow at every opportunity and it's no quick? And as you've said for the start of the season, and I commend you on it, you kept saying, you said it even before I did, we've got no width. So therefore, if you're not playing with wingers, see if you're playing with your midfielders and you're playing with any attacker, your midfielders must run forward with that ball at their feet. Never mind passing it. You must have somebody that's going to connect to take a player on, to break their lines. We don't have that even yet. And I just don't understand it. We've got a team of individuals, but they're not a team. They are nowhere near a team. Now, is that going to come? I'm being truthful. I want it to come. I want my team to be successful in winning trophies. I don't think we're anywhere near it. And my whole point of ethos is, I do not see us getting better. I honestly don't. He keeps talking about we're getting time on the training ground. What is it they're actually doing? Because the ball in our team is not moving any quicker in any way, shape or form in any game. It just isn't. It's slow and it's turgid. And I don't understand that. I really don't, guys.
It wasn't a vintage display today. I mean, I don't think any of the players were outstanding. There was spells. There was spells where guys played with Ben Davis, done okay at certain situations. I told you Raskin when he came and showed you his positivity, albeit when he reads the game, and then he gets the ball and plays it to Lawrence, which makes a good goal. Lawrence in the last 20 minutes was making passes and showing us he's got something to offer. But if you take it collectively over 90, there was nobody more than a 6, but at times people played an 8. Yeah?
Yeah, no 8 for the full game, just parts of the game. It's true, mate. Have you ever asked him? Okay, he was playing well, getting through it, reading the play, cutting in, getting it. Then he does when he's playing well. Then he takes the foul, and then he gives away a foul, a stupid foul, and he gets a yellow card for it. And that's him basically took 50% his own game out the game. Now he can't charge into any tackles in case he gets booked again. And then you're sitting going, that's the wise bit in using your head situation. That taking that foul, it was no need for that. There was just no need for it. But then again, it's the teams like this, the whole team like this, they do silly things at silly times, and I can't put my finger on it. Lawrence showed a bit of class today. A couple of passes, couple of nice passes. The way he read the play, taking the ball in, moving it right away, class, absolute class. And Weirus showed a bit of class today. I know Danilo scored his goal, wee bit of class. Tavernier showed a bit of class with his chip ball into for the first goal. This is what we're looking at. We're looking for class. But then you look at them and then they go and do something crazy, something stupid, unforced errors.
And again, I'll give you your point also. See, Seema, who showed glimpses as well. He showed he's got pace. He had one big decision to make and done it right. He rolled it to the roof. Yeah. Yep. You made the right decision, and that's important that you do that as a team. Well, it wasn't a great game, but It's a shape for me, Blue Star, and the McGee space to other teams because of the way we play the two. Well, if you're going to play the two defensive mid, they play deep, and then in front of them there's 4 forward thinking players because it was a 4-2-3-1 because Danilo was right up top at the start. That's why we played, yeah. So when they come and tap you, and your two midfielders are on top of your centre half, they're right up there before your midfield's involved in the game. And that's the downside of 2 sitting midfielders. And that's also the problem if you do play a 3-5-2, you have them back. We're looking for fullbacks to do too much. And I thought the boy Ridvan didn't have a great game either, if I'm being honest.
Oh, see, you're exactly bang on in what you're saying with the 2 sitting midfielders. See the majority of games we play, and in fact, the majority of games that are coming up, most of them are at Ibrox. So most of the teams sit in. My worry and my problem is this, quite simple, exactly what you're saying. If he's playing with sitting 2 midfielders, and the odd time he's maybe only sitting with 1, our midfield should be structured far, far better. Now, whether he makes that a 3-5-2 or whether he makes it 4 in the midfield and plays 2 up front, it's immaterial. But whoever he plays in the middle of the park, he's got to have guys there that are willing to run forward with the ball at their feet. We're not getting that. We are not getting that whatsoever. And even in that game today, there was times where you only had the 2 in midfield. They're swamped because all you see is blue shirts all around about them, and it's too easy for them to get the ball back. Fortunately, they had nothing up front because their goalkeeper just kept punting a big long ball to nobody, back to our defenders. But you come up against an organised team, I'm telling you, you know it yourself, we are going to struggle in most games. You're depending on individuals to turn around a bit of brilliance or something. They are not structured as a team in no way, shape or form. There's no being negative. This is fact. We are not playing as a team. You can go from defence to midfield to attack. It's so topsy-turvy. And for me, it's no linking up. And somebody will turn around and say, oh, well, it'll come with time. No, because the structure's not there. And you're right in what you're saying. The shape, that's the structure. If you're not playing with wingers and you're too narrow, you've got no pace unless your midfield can break. And we don't have the midfielders. We don't have them. Therefore, our best chance in any game, I don't care what MD says, you must have wingers on that park. You've got to. And that's where we're struggling. And he's turning around too many times and depending on Tav and Borna running up the park. Again, we all know it. You do in Europe, what do they do? They've got better players and they flick the ball out of the midfield and you're left with 2 big gaps. It's elementary. It's like kiddies football to me. And they're no learning for it. He's certainly no learning for it. And I maintain, I'm saying it. You bring in a guy who can organise this properly with the type of players that we have. Because under our present manager, I'm telling you, Ox, it's not happening. We're watching it from game to game, and we're still seeing the same turgid, slow play, and we still have the same deficiencies. Now, fine, at the end of that game, he comes out today and he says, we still have a lot of work to do in defence. Ox, look what we were playing against today, mate. Come on. If we're getting deficiencies in defence playing against the worst team in our league, for goodness sake, what chance have you got against structured teams with better players? It's no fair. I listened to the fans today, and when they go to a part, I think it was halfway through the first half, and they just went after Heeds. The singing was absolutely out of this world. I feel sorry for the guys. I really do. They're paying tremendous amounts of money, following their team, all flipping Scotland. And what they're watching is, I'm seeing it as pants socks. Do I hope my team gets better? Of course I do. Absolutely I do. But I don't see it, mate. Honest, I don't. We struggled that game today by 1 goal.
All right. Well,
you know,
I thought just to remind you, I've got my work Monday. Just take a chill. Right. Listen, just to come back to your point about the money and the fans, 3,700 empty seats there, all there. Save you counting it.
Oh.
Right. Save you counting it. Right.
I was looking forward to that.
There's need something. You can check it if you want. There you go. Right. We're going to hear for the gaffer, and then we'll come back and you can discuss what Blue Star said. Let's hear for your gaffer, Michael Beale.
Michael, a 2-0 win here this afternoon. What pleased you the most about that performance?
I think we scored 2 excellent goals. It's another clean sheet, which is 3 in the 5 league games, and we looked strong defensively. I didn't think Jack had much to do. I was delighted with the way that we started the game. We got control really early and had lots of possession. We hit a few dangerous crosses, and then I think the move from one end to the other, combination between Sam and Tab was very good. It's an excellent cross, and Danny scores a lovely goal. And unfortunately, the stoppage in the game and the injury to Danny, it sort of broke the game down a little bit. But second half, I thought we went again, and we had more chances to win the game more comfortably. It's an excellent goal from Rabbi, and he's been in that position 2 or 3 times, so it shows that he's someone that can get those sort of chances for us, and when he takes them, obviously it helps the team.
Yeah, how important was that dominance early on and being able to get that goal through Danilo in that period?
Well, yeah, I thought our approach to the game was good. We pressed higher up the pitch. There was good energy. I thought that Danny brought that, and Kamar backed him up with Tom and Sam. Delighted with Tom to get 90 minutes, and Kamar his first 90 minutes in a long time, and Tom obviously gets the assist. So I thought we started the game really well. As I say, the stoppage to the game, and it's never nice as a teammate to see a fellow player, especially someone we're all fond of like Danny, to break his cheekbone there. So it's a fracture in the top part of his face, and he's away to have that operation. Hopefully we'll get some good news in terms of the timescale.
Yeah, and for that second goal, the squad, I guess, had to show a little bit of patience, but you must have been pleased that they didn't get frustrated and obviously managed to find that through Rabbi.
Yeah, listen, I came to watch St Johnstone a couple of weeks ago, and I thought pace would hurt them. So losing Danny, we went with Abdullah, and I thought he stretched and got down the side. The VAR call against the goal is so tight. I suppose it's where the line's drawn, but I think, it's a really harsh one again. But we always had that threat behind, certainly with Rabbi coming on as well. And it's a lovely pass from Tom. It's very similar to a chance that Rabbi had a couple of weekends ago down at Ross County where we missed. But today he goes and scores, and it makes the game more comfortable. That's a strong away performance today. Obviously, there's been a lot around the squad the last couple of weeks, and I thought they put in a good response today.
Yeah, and a lot to build on now, I guess, heading into a big week and a big night on Thursday. Yeah,
look, 4 games coming in a close period of time across the 3 competitions. We know we're playing a team that was 6th in La Liga last year. They're a very, very good team, but they're coming to Ibrox, and it's important that we go and impose ourselves on them. The 2 home games in Europe this year against Servette and PSV, I think we played well, and we scored 4 goals. So it's important that we go and try and attack Real Betis. And then we have the 3 domestic games, and I thought the fans today were excellent getting behind the team. I think that gave the team an extra push, and we're going to need that in these home games for sure.
Well, thanks for that, Old School Blue. Alda.
What do I say about this? I don't agree with some of what he's saying. I don't think we controlled the game from the beginning at all. I thought we got the ball and we just knocked it about, but we weren't doing much with it. 2 good goals, I agree with that. Talking about the next 4 games, let's just concentrate on this game. He keeps talking about the wait to next week or wait to the next game. Forget about the next week or the next game. It's this game. We've done all right, Ox. We go for victory. I agree with him with that one. It's that's the most important thing. But we're not improving. We're just no. Sorry, mate, we're no.
The performance, I was always worried about the performance today. I think people were looking for both. Usually a 2-0 away win, people are positive. They say, right, let's 3 points down the road, you see.
Well, yeah, but you're trying to look bigger picture as well, and I can understand that. There is tougher games to come than St Johnstone, my friend. That's for sure.
Just a bit, mate. Just a bit. With those 2 league goals in 5, I think the problem isn't keeping them out. I think we've got to create more chances and score more goals post that.
Yeah. As you've said for the start, I agree, Duke. I call it as I see it. I mean, you're doing the same now. Absolutely. You've banged on the drum since the start. It's still no working up front. As I say, for me, I kind of dissected it. I was keeping my eye on the likes of Roof and Lammers and that. And I'll contradict what I said about Lawrence. No doubt about it. Last 20 minutes, the boy showed what he's capable of doing. No doubt about it. But when you're playing Lammers, I don't know, what did he get? 85 minutes or something?
Too many.
Bar the one past to Tav. Come on, guys. He done nothing. He was anonymous. So there you're playing with a guy less. Trying to look at the positives. I watched Roof. I'm telling you, even when Roof was in midfield, some of his wee touches to other players was amazing. There was one in the touchline, you've all seen it. He flicked the ball between his two heels. The guy went to slide in on him. And he flicked the ball over the top and he hit it with the back of his heel on the inside of his foot and he still got the ball. And I think the guy's been a revelation since he came back. Honestly, guys, I just wish he was getting the boss to sell exactly what you're talking about in the area, Ox, because that guy will put the ball in the net. No doubt about it. I know we all say he's the best finisher. See, for me today, some of his general play was absolutely outstanding. He's not a midfielder, and for me, he was as good as any outer midfielders, no doubt about it. So, there's positives there. But the guys that are doing it have got to be playing in the right positions. And it's the organisation back. I can't get my head around it. I don't see us organised in any way, shape or form. There's too many guys playing in positions that you're saying to yourself, what are you doing there, son? You're not meant to be there. Get to where you should be. And it's happening time and time again, and that's what I can't get away with, Ox. If me and you and everybody else can see it, how does our manager not work in that and see it? Because he doesn't.
He set up the day with the nearly up top, Juicy, Roof behind him, and beside either side of Roof was Lawrence and Lammers, yeah. That's how we set up. Now, if I was with the players at my disposal, what we knew about them, unfortunately, even though I want Roof to play up top, I would have Roof in the right and Lammers in the middle, because that's how we went to ascend them. But ultimately, he'll say 2-0. Juicy, wouldn't he? 2-0.
There's plenty of times when Rangers don't play very well and get victories. And if we hadn't played very well a fortnight ago and picked up a victory, we'd all be thrilled. So it's levels, isn't it? It's depending on who you're playing against. When you're playing the bottom of the league and you don't dominate the game, create loads of chances and win 4-0, sometimes you feel disappointed. But Blue Star is looking at bigger picture here. And Blue Star, I can see that totally. And Real Betis on Thursday night are going to give us a real game. And it will be really, really difficult. And if we can get a 1-0 victory in that and be up against it, we'll be very, very pleased.
If we keep a clean sheet in that and win the game 1-0, performance doesn't come into it. Walter.
Exactly, mate. You've got that's a reason to be happy with a 1-0 there, because for all I don't know, but for all accounts, that Betis is that mob are a good team, a decent, well, they're better than in the Premiership, our Premiership, put it that way. So I'm expecting the usual. We're getting a football lesson, getting a run around. So if they do win 1-0, I'll take that right now. Give me it, please. Yes.
Right, I'm going to make this this is a tough question for you, a real hard one for you. Who was your man of the match? Blue Star?
Undoubtedly, Roof.
All right. Albert?
I know we're asking got it on the telly, but
did he?
Aye, he was man of the match.
Right.
Let me see. Lawrence for the last 20 minutes. We're asking for his two spells, one the first one, the second half. Nah. I'll probably get you Roof. I'll get you Roof. I'll get
you. Juicy Bear.
He was all over the pitch. Blue Star was right what he said when he came on. He was making clearances at the back. He was in the midfield, which I didn't really want to see, to be honest. I like him in the box, but there's a reason why he's trying to come back and collect. He was very good, wasn't he? I'm going with you on that. Roof.
A handful of Roofs. All right, okay. Last word for your good self, Blue Star.
I'm sorry if I sound negative, guys.
No,
honestly, I'm desperate for my team just to get points and win and gaze perform. I want this group of players. I want my manager just to do what we all think he got the job today. I just don't see it, but I hope I'm proved wrong. I hope we can go forward and just win. That's all I'm looking for. I just want a team of winners, and at the moment I don't see it. But it's a good 3 points and onwards and upwards. Thanks, guys.
Just a bit.
We got the job done. much bigger games to come starting on Thursday. Come on, the Jazz.
We've had confirmation, Albert, you're on that technical training Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's sad. I might have a double date. You might have double booked me.
I think Bridgeman's going with you, if that's all right.
Aye, I'll go with Bridgeman. Aye, me and him will have a good laugh there anyway. Aye, well, I agree with you. See, come on, the Rangers. Let's get into Thursday now. This game's by and done, and thank God, and we got the 3 points. So that's a big tick in our box. Now on to Thursday. Let's see what we can do on Thursday. But I'm more interested in next weekend's game against the Muddle.
Muddle, keep coming, mate. Keep coming. 4 in a row, I think I can't mind if that's ever happened, mate. 4 in a row. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Aye.
Yeah.
You need to check it out. Anyway, I'll get Fox today. Right, listen, thanks to Blue Star, thanks to Juicy, thanks to Albert for doing the show, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back Monday night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.